Hi everybody, once again I'm Scarlet Fierce. In this Soul Calibur character creation video, I am making the daughter of the legendary classic Kurama from the very first anime created by Yoshiro Togashi, Yu Yu Hakusho. Now remember, Yu Yu Hakusho came before Hunter x Hunter. Now I couldn't think of a name for the character. I couldn't think of one, so I just randomized it. So I later went with the name of Aurelia, since, I couldn't think of a name. Now, for the fighting style, I obviously had to use Ivy. You would also use this fighting style if you were making Kurama himself, or even his Hunter x Hunter counterpart, which is my favorite character, Kurapika, just like I did in the last video. Anyways, so for the fighting style, I use an Alrune, if I'm butchering that pronunciation, which is basically a rose, because, he's all about roses and into girls, this and that. So I decided to give her female face number 2, even though I was also in a Discord call when I made this. And then, of course, I gave her eyebrow style number 8. For the voice, I didn't know what to give her, but to give her transcendental being, if I'm butchering that pronunciation. Which, if I remember, I did, yep, transcendental being. There we go. And then for the chest size, I made it at a size 5, because I didn't want anything too much. For the hair, I just gave her Princess Long, which was actually a former hairstyle that belonged to Hilda, I think. I'm not sure, but it might have belonged to her. Other than that, moving on from working on the body, we then move on to her outfits. So since Kurama, he does wear pink in the show, which is like a little jumpsuit, I wanted my character to look very dressy and formal, so I didn't know what to give her when I was cycling through this. So what I did was I gave her the leotard with the tights, almost like what you see within a bunny costume that is sexually inappropriate. Basically, it's one of those things that you'd see at how do I put this, like certain anime cons, or you'd see it in fan art. You might see this in AOT Junior High, where Armin had a cosplay. Well, you know what happened. It's a big spoiler. Anyways, then next, proceeding on, I gave her a long skirt. Just to have it look like that it was a long dress. And then later on, I didn't give her any other accessories or shoes. I just gave her a tiara. That way it looked like that she was a princess. Now, fun facts about Kurama himself. He actually looks a lot different in the manga than how you see him in the anime. So for her, I did the anime version of the character. So basically, I had to screw around with the tiara a little bit. After a few minutes of screwing around with the tiara, we then move on to coloring it in all the outfit and, of course, the hair and the facial features. Which, the hardest thing for me was the character's complexion. The eye color and the hair were pretty easy. So when I got to the face paint, I decided to give her face paint number 5 like I did last time. But this time, I did purple eyeshadow. Well, bluish purple eyeshadow. Just because I think it matches the hair very well. Because I didn't want her wearing pink like Kurama himself. So I wanted to give her purple just so that it looks better. I think it looks better against red hair. A purple outfit always looks better against long red hair like this. Same with the lipstick, made it the same shade. Now the complexion was really hard for me to do. So when I did this, I was going to leave it at the default color, but I needed some help from my Discord friends. So I didn't know how else to do it, so I just had to wing it when I showed my camera. So sorry if this takes a little bit, but I wasn't sure if he was like pasty pale or what. Wasn't sure if he was like really pale like Killua, or if he was a little bit more tanned like how Kurapika used to look. I wasn't sure, but at least he had some color to his face. But when I first did it, it was a little too red, so I just had to wing it. I'm thinking he's a little bit more orange or olive toned, so I basically just had to look a little bit more orange. Because, you know, you have to go by blood flow when it comes to this. It's very hard when you're doing it in a fighting game or any other game that has a character creator like this, where the colors are just so bright and intense. So that's what I did. And then, of course, proceeding on from the difficult complexion colors, I was originally going to make her outfit like a bluish purple, but I made it straight up purple. So what I did was I changed the whole thing. First, I was going to make it dark, but I said to myself, no thanks, let's make it light. So what I did from here was I did make it lighter. However, when I made it lighter, I had to make a few tweaks just because of the different materials. Because, you know, some outfits won't let you make things a certain color, like the top piece of this thing will let you make it orange. So that's why I had to tweak most of the coloring when I did this. So after a little bit of a few tweaks, I then proceeded on to changing the color of the weapon. Now everything stayed the same except for where she's holding it. So this is where I had to change it. Everything else stayed the same. The hit slash, I made it a darker purple than what you see here. And then after taking a picture of the character up close and personal, there you have Aurelia, the daughter of Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. How easy was that? I thought it was pretty easy. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Skull Squad. Other than that, stay tuned for more content. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!